This week, the sky gives us a fiery and cool, gnarly full moon in Aries, but I promise you it's all happening for us, not to us. And I'm going to explain exactly how we can reframe that and work with this upcoming astro weather on today's episode of Cosmic RX Radio.
Welcome to Cosmic RX Radio, a podcast that gives you real-life tools of spiritual empowerment and pure hype. I'm your host and intuitive guide, MADI Murphy. I'll be serving up your weekly energy readings, cosmic boss interviews, and astro inspiration. Are you ready to love yourself more, manifest your dream life, and own your magic? Let's jump in.
How we doing? I'm your girl, Maddie Murphy, your cosmic consultant, your high vibe hype woman. I just wish I could jump through this microphone and give everyone a big effing hug right now because the world, it's just so much coming off this eclipse season. I've been talking to so many of you who have friends and family affected by Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton. There is so much happening across the globe, the Middle East. There's a lot going on in people's personal lives that I've been talking about, just loss or really heavy stuff. So if you're feeling that, you're not alone. I, unfortunately wish I had a big vacuum, a Dyson that I could just suck up all of the pain and suffering. But until we figure out how to do that, I just want to say that your heart is in my heart and we are in this together. And there is always so much resiliency in the human spirit, and there's so much inspiration and joy and love and peace waiting for you in a moment that's not this one. And there is art and healing and something to tap into even in this moment. And I'm just going to leave it there because, oh boy, it's intense. And this month, we are in October officially. I guess we were last week too, but we're in October, and this is the most intense month. There's going to be a lot of intense months in 2025. I'm just warning you all, March and April 2025, get ready. But this is a month that astrologers, we looking at for a while. There was a lot of hits like this. It was like this April, this August was really intense. And now we have October, and we knew coming off of these eclipses, we're going into, we're in the final degrees of Pluto and Capricorn. And there's a few other things happening, which I'm going to get into, and if astrology isn't real, but it's an intense month. And so we're in it. This is a time to take really good care of your nervous system. My heart is with anybody who is in the path of any of these hurricanes. If you are somewhere where you might even think you're in a path of a hurricane and you have the bandwidth and the resources to leave and evacuate, I recommend you do. I know that only applies to a percentage of people, but the weather astrology is going to keep intensifying as we move through the month. And if you're able to, we're going to share a link again to just donate anything you can to anybody. This is Katrina level devastation damage that's happening. And it really feels like times like this, there's no one coming to save us. We have to take care of each other. So I just am putting out that warning. Now, I say none of this. I'm never trying to scare anyone. I personally have barely been sleeping, just so wired on all of this news. And I've been feeling this way all year. It's just, there's a lot of unsettling energy. So what we can do is take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and just stay aware, stay alert, right? And meantime, also focus on what we can do in terms of creating more of the beautiful, equitable, healing, compassionate society we want to live in. Good God, it's so much. But in terms of today, we're going to go over the full moon in Aries. It's coming in hot, literally. It's not the happiest of full moons. Just want to give you all fair warning and never want to sugarcoat anything for you. But I am going to give you some tips on how to work with it. And of course, you can listen to Cosmic RX Plus Premium bonus podcast episode if you want a little insight on how it's going to be working in your specific chart. In terms of Virgo announcements, as always, we appreciate you all liking, subscribing, rating, reviewing the podcast. It just goes a long way for us. Stay tuned. We are going to be announcing a 2025 Year Ahead Astrology workshop webinar. We have a lot of fun at these. It's really quite empowering and clarifying to get a glimpse of the year ahead in a snapshot. So stay tuned. We will be dropping the link for that soon. And then we are going to re-release the Notes from Your Higher Self Oracle card deck. This card deck sells out every time we do a drop. I think this is the 4th run we've done. So if you want to get your hands on it, we will drop this pre-sale link in the show notes. But I'm very excited. This deck it's big. It's a big boy deck. There's like 88 cards in it because, we have a lot to say. Our guides have a lot to say. But this is a deck that is really a channeled, I don't want to say labor of love, but it was just channeled for me, through me, to me. And it's gotten me through a lot. And I just did a reading for one of my best friends for her year ahead. And she's like, damn, the Notes from Your Higher Self deck slaps. And it's great for anyone who's has a ton of Oracle decks, or if you're brand new, it's to the point. It said what you needed to said. It's like a text message from Spirit, your higher self. So check that out. And we have a newly released box and packaging that Audrey made for it that I'm absolutely obsessed with. Yeah, so today, full moon in Aries. Before we get into that, if astrology isn't real, the only thing I can really think about is just the devastation of these storms. The climate crisis is now. It's not something in the future we're planning for our future generations. It's happening. I will always count on the earth to take care of herself. It's almost like we just get to be a good steward of her. And this month is showing us, I don't know what it's going to take for the corporations and the billionaires and the politicians to get the wake-up call. But good Lord, I hope it happens sooner rather than later, because this is just devastating to watch. And I hope that it galvanizes people into inspired action. But I am just going to say that there's a lot of signatures of intense water coming off the Pisces full moon eclipse. I had mentioned something about if you're in a storm area or somewhere that could experience extreme flooding, take the necessary precautions when possible. I know that only goes a certain way, but this is Venus in Scorpio, trine Mars in Cancer, in addition to other things, is really intensifying. There's more water to come. We'll be experiencing that again in spring of 2025. And there is more unrest in the astrology. There is more astrology of war. There is that's some bad, funky astrology for world leaders. You know how they always talk about the October surprise? I mentioned this last week. There's going to be 4 or 5 more October surprises coming. And so I just want us to, again, tend to our nervous systems, take good care of ourselves and each other. And when possible, just try to protect ourselves. It's not always perfect. Protect ourselves. And again, donate, share what we can, the videos of people's houses and properties and animals. It's just it's too much. And I know it can be really, times like this, I can feel really powerless and small, but I just gotta cry and shake it off and move on and do what I can, even if it's one small thing, because I just think about what if we all got in that state of just wanting to curl up in the ball in the fetal position. It's not really going to bring us anywhere. And if you know anybody doing great work in terms of volunteer organizations, any thought leaders in this field on climate change, if there's any resources that you think I should be sharing with everyone, DM them to me. I'd love to know them. I really do. So October, it's here. It's chaotic. It's going to keep being chaotic. So this is a great month to really pull into our moon and really listen to our moon and see how we can take extra conscious, good, tender care of ourselves. And as we lead into the full moon, we go in on Monday with the Pisces moon. So the day this podcast drops, I want you to really enjoy the waters of this Pisces moon. Feel what you need to feel. Cry it out. We have these Pisces moon days are working with Saturn. So we might feel a constriction or a block around our emotions. I encourage you to put on some sad music, paint, move. How can we express? How can we get this energy out moving? I encourage that. We're going to pay attention to our intuitive hits this day, get good sleep. Libra Sun, Pisces Moon combination can be a little indecisive or flaky. So I'm just going to encourage you to be clear with your words, clear with your commitments this day. That'll bring us into Tuesday at 4:33 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the moon was into Aries, and this is kind of gearing us up for this full moon. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, full moon at 7:26 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Those days, everything I say in the full moon report is going to be true for this Tuesday through Thursday. And actually the days after. We might be feeling agitation, frustration. This full moon is conjunct Chiron, so we're going to be having wounds. We're going to be feeling triggered. There's kind of a removing of a heat or a dirt to like reveal gold. A lot of power struggle stuff's going to come up. I'm going to get into all that, but I just want us to like be aware of it. It's not just the full moon. We're going to feel it all week, and it's up to us how we consciously use energies like rage, frustration, irritation to do something, potent with it versus just lashing out at someone or something or burning out. I'll get into more of that, but then Thursday, 3:59 p.m., the moon is into Taurus. Friday stays there Saturday until 4:06 p.m. So a Taurus moon weekend, let's ground the F down after that full moon. Let's eat a sweet potato and just get back into the place of calming the nervous system, get into our body, move our body, maybe put our hands in the soil, do some gardening, make some art, do something physical. Like that is going to feel, it's going to be the best way to dissipate the energy from the full moon. And the things we're going to look out for, again, the double Venusian energy. We might be in a place of like escapism to indulge. And we might feel a little bit like too superficial or shallow about something, a decision we're making. But it is a great opportunity to drop into art, drop into your body, to make some beauty. But again, this is one of those full moons that's like, oh, we're going to be feeling the energy after. And also because after the full moon, I'm going to talk about it, but Pluto, the 5 days after the moon, Pluto will be in an exact square with Mars. So, in an exact square, the moon. So we're going to feel just it's going to be sticky. It's going to be, oh my God, guys, the sun. I'm sorry, my brain is boiled because I'm not going to lie. A bird just straight up flew into my window and it really distracted me. So the 5 days after the full moon, Pluto at the 29th, ninth degree is going to be in a square with the sun in the 29th degree of Libra. So we're going to be feeling this tension and this kind of big pull to make a big choice or a decision leading up to all throughout those next few days, right to the end of Libra season. And then, of course, we end the weekend on Sunday. We get a little drippy drop into Gemini moon weekend, Saturday evening, Sunday. And just a chance with the Libra Sun, Gemini moon to maybe get like a breath of fresh air feeling, go out with our friends, make some connections, feel like, again, like opening the window on if things had been feeling like stagnant after this full moon. It's a great time for resolution, for harmony, for some good, like peaceful diplomacy energy, chatting things out after maybe something comes up on the full moon. It's a little bit more intense. So that's your moon report. Let's get into the planetary planning. So again, the big headline for this week is the full moon in Aries. It's a supermoon, y'all. This is a 5th and final supermoon of 2024. This is the culmination of whatever might have began around the solar eclipse in Aries. That was during the eclipsograde spring. So that was April 8th. This might also be even going back to April 2023 with those eclipses, like what was the journey you're on. And there's going to be, like anything, there are some positive energies, some gifts of this full moon. It is going to be a moon to continue to do the work you've been doing on defining who you are, owning your most authentic self, choosing your own way, forging your own path, betting on yourself, being seen, unmasking, undoing. I just had a great chat with one of our cosmic bosses, Erin Trent Johnson of Black Mama Body. Go check out the live, go check out her work. There is so much of this unmasking, right, happening. But also we have to be careful. We must tread lightly. because this full moon is squaring Mars, fiery god planet of, war and confrontation and competitive energy and just heat. Even though Mars is in Cancer and the moon is in Aries. So they're both like not in their home position. It's mutual reception. It's like the moon likes to be in Cancer, Mars likes to be in Aries, and they've switched. It's like Freaky Friday for the planets, and everyone's just confused, okay? But they're like not happy about it. So the full moon is making a square, and we think about a square in astrology, it's like the tension of arm wrestling or like a gun face off or like two people squaring off in like a boardroom over intense like negotiations. It's like there can be some good resolution that comes out of it. It's like popping a pimple. It's like this pressure of a square. It will come to a release eventually, but in the meantime, it sucks. And the full moon is not just squaring Mars, but also Pluto. And we know Pluto loves power trips. Pluto loves shadow. Pluto loves to bring things up. And so that's a lot, right? We have an Aries moon. We have Pluto in Capricorn. We have Mars in Cancer. These are big personalities in a room. So we're going to look out for power struggles. Absolutely. This could be power struggles at work. This could be in our relationships. This could be in our family dynamics. This is like, we're not fighting in this Aries journey to just be like the best, the only one that's right, the one that's in control. That's not what this Aries journey is. It's about being in your most authentic, true, and honest expression. And sometimes a lot of that, it's not that we're not doing any collaboration, right? Like we still have the Libra energy there, Libra sun under this full moon. It's just that we want to collaborate from the place of authenticity and honesty within ourselves. And this is maybe a chance under this full moon to step into a different type of leadership in a scenario, something new, something you've never done before. It's going to, I'm sorry for this gross metaphor, but I just keep thinking of like a pimple popping or like a pot boiling over. And this full moon can really bring up like a wave of like pent up frustration, irritation, rage. We're going to feel triggered. There's going to feel catalyst. We might feel pushed over the edge. We also have 2 moons now in our orbit. So I'm imagining 2 moons. One of them is a super moon. We're feeling a lot. We're feeling a lot of emotions. And that's going to be really amplified by the Mars in Cancer of it all, right? Like we've been in Mars in Cancer. We're going to be in it for another month. And then we're going to go retrograde back and forth, back and forth. And with each of the planets in the sky, we can learn from something right now, right? So like Aries, we're being our authentic self, but we're not letting the anger like overcome us. The Libra sun is going to remind us to breathe, take a step back, to look at things from arm's length, to take some objective, maybe more analytical approaches to what's going on, to seek harmony. And then Mars in Cancer, we're going to look out for taking things overly personally. The emotional energy is just going to be stronger than rational or logical energy under this full moon. So also keep this in mind for other people. We might not be thinking from a place of feeling clear-headed. The decisions we might be making might be very, very emotional. So I'm going to encourage you to not take everything personally, to not internalize everything. And then also though, like Mars and Cancer, listen to your emotions. You don't have to have every feeling be a fact. But there is something, a teaching moment in those feelings. And it might show you where some of your needs are not being met. And Cancer, it's okay to just need what you need in that part of your chart, right? And it's going to be watery. Mars is in a grand trine with Neptune and Pisces, Venus and Scorpio. This was some of the intense water energy I was speaking about earlier. So it's going to bring a lot up to the surface, especially around relationship issues. But there is a potentiality, a possibility for relationship healing, for resolution. And like I said, the days coming off of the full moon, we have this approaching square with Pluto to the sun. And this is a time like we're making really big decisions, doing what we need to do to take care of something, to be done with some kind of cycle for once and for all, to release some sort of unhealthy Capricorn energy, something that might have even started all the way back in 2008, right? So this full moon, I encourage you, if you can, like on the physical level, your cosmic RXs are like, hit a punching bag, go for a run, get some energy out, sweat, scream into a pillow, scream in your car. I love screaming in my car. Do an infrared sauna, or like you want to sweat, scream, you want to release the heat. Okay? I want you to do something that's just for you. It's great on Aries moon days to make some time just for you. I find that the possibility for eruption dramatically decreases when we take some space for ourselves. I want you to work on being seen as your authentic self. I want you to practice like advocating for yourself, articulating the things that you need, but maybe again, not doing it in a way where like we're being a bully. That's not the point of this exercise. And most of all, be really good to yourself. Be really good to others. Unless someone's being an absolute toxic D-bag, extend everyone a little grace and space and compassion, like as we move through this kind of gnarly month. And if you want, like I said before, your readings for your sign, check out our Cosmic RX Plus Premium. It might help offer a little more insight into like what's the culminating cycle right now. So, I'm sending you so much love. I'm wrapping you in a big old blanket of stardust and sending you blessing for big fat checks, hot juicy sex. Until next time. Mwah. Do you love getting your Cosmic RX for the week here and want more? Make sure to sign up for our premium subscription so you can get exclusive access to bonus podcast episodes, all of my astrology info for the month ahead, and live new and full moon calls to help you manifest your dream life with an intentional international community of other cosmic baddies. Sign up through our link in show notes.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to know more about Cosmic RX, head on over to thecosmicrx.com. And if you really love this show, I'd love it if you left a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. I super love hearing from you and reading your reviews. All right, you cosmic baddie, tune in next week. And until then, remember, love yourself fully, work your magic, and take no shit.